specific portion of the quadratic formula. If you don't remember the quadratic formula, it's this bad boy right here, your favorite formula in the world. Well, today we're talking about the solutions in a quadratic. So how do we find solutions using the quadratic formula? Well, all we're going to do, guys, is focus on this little piece, the part in red. This is called the discriminant. And what can the discriminant help you do? It can tell you how many solutions a quadratic will have. So let me show you a little quick example. First of all, the quadratic formula always has this plus or minus here. So what does that mean? That means that there's actually two possible outcomes. When my formula is a plus square root of all that, and when my formula has a minus square root of all that. So a quadratic formula is basically two equations combined into one, just because we're lazy, the plus or minus, you see? So once you understand there's two possible outcomes, let me show you what this means then. A solution is basically the line, when the line crosses the x line. And with this parabola, that means you have two solutions. So when you're discriminant, when everything in the inside is a positive number, I don't care about the quantity itself, as long as it's positive, that means that I have two real solutions. Just like the picture above, my quadratic is crossing either going up or going down. However, we know it's crossing twice. We know it's crossing twice. Now, if my quadratic formula, if my discriminant was 0, that means there is only one real solution, because you cannot have a plus or minus 0. The square root of 0 is just 0. Does that make sense? Well, with that in mind, what does that mean then? How can I draw a parabola that's only crossing once? Very simple. Well, that means that the vertex, the points of the parabola, the lowest or the highest point, is the only point that's touching the x-axis. As you can tell, it's only touching once. One real solution. And finally, when the inside of a square root is negative, that means that it's no real solution. If you were to go to Desmos on the calculator and try to find the square root of -5, it would say it's not possible, it's undefined. Your calculator would have said error, That means that no point in time will this quadratic ever cross the x. You have a parabola maybe that's going up, so as you can tell, it's never going to cross this side. Or maybe it's a parabola that's going down on this side. It's never going to touch the x. That's basically what you need to figure out for this lesson. In our next video, we'll discuss a couple of examples.